Hello radiographers, hope you are doing good. Welcome to the second part of the MRI of pituitary gland or cellular technique. You can see that right now T1 coronal is scanning and then T2 coronal will be scanned, and I have to plan the post-contrast sequences. And T1 coronal images, you can see the T1 coronal, a beautiful pituitary gland lesion, a pituitary macroadenoma showing a snowman's sign. It looks like a snowman standing over the pituitary gland. And right now T2 coronal is scanning. After that I have to take the T1 coronal dynamic. So keep in mind that the technique of the dynamic sequence is that you have to first prepare the contrast injection and insert the needle to the patient vein, but don't push the contrast. Just wait for the dynamic contrast for a break and then push the contrast. Now I am planning for the T1 coronal dynamic. So in dynamic sequence there is 5 slice and each slice is 2.2 millimeter, and you can see that I am planning over the coronal image. The dynamic is a coronal sequence. So plan over the sagittal image and the axial image. So this is the T1 coronal and T2 coronal. I have to print. So select series and send to filming and find the reference image. This is the reference image and send it also to filming, and also send the T2 coronal image. Select series and send to filming and also the reference image. So total 24 images in this film. So I have to select the film layout to 4:6. So there is 2 reference images and 11 coronal image for each sequence. So adjust the size of the image. The first 3 row occupies T1 coronal including 1 reference image, and the bottom 3 row occupies T2 coronal image including 1 reference image. So this is a T1 this is a coronal film for pituitary, both T1 coronal and T2 coronal in one film. In the meantime, my attendant is preparing contrast for patient. He has inserted the needle to the vein, and I told him to stay there and not to push the contrast. So when I will instruct him, he will push the contrast. Because of the dynamic sequence, you have to push the contrast at the break time. So there are 5 scans will take in the dynamic sequence. So before the first scan, and it is a non-contrast scan, there will be a break between the first and second scan. So between this break time you have to push the contrast, and then the rest of the sequence will scan as post contrast sequence. So for dynamic sequence, the first dynamic scan will be non-contrast and the rest of the dynamic scan will be post contrast. So suppose there are 5 scan in the dynamic scan. So the number 1 scan will be non-contrast or normal plain scan, and between 1 and 2 scan there will be a break. So a break of 10 second or 12 second. So in this break time you have to push the contrast, and then the second scan will start automatically, and then the third and fourth and fifth scan. So this is the technique, and you can see the sagittal films that I have made for pituitary glands. So this is the coronal planning that I have planned as over the sagittal image and parallel to the pituitary adenoma, and also check over the axial image. So needle is inserted to patient's vein, and my attendant is ready inside the MRI room. So move in the patient as the needle is inserted and injection is ready, and then play the T1 coronal dynamic sequence. This is the planning. Click apply button, and now dynamic will scan. So look at the bottom left corner that number 1 is scanning between 5 of 1 is scanning, and it's 33 seconds remaining. So keep looking at the bottom left corner that I am pointing. So this is the first scan is running for dynamic scan, and it's a non-contrast scan. So there are total 5 scan will be taken for dynamic. 6 seconds remain for break. So this is the break time, break between, and the contrast is given. And now the second scan starts automatically. So push contrast between first and second scan in the break time. And now second scan of the dynamic is running. So dynamic sequence is a sequence that scan multiple time over time before and after injecting the contrast, and then from the by the software we can calculate the timing of the enhancement, the density of the density of the contrast in a particular region over time. And now I am planning for the T1 sagittal post contrast sequence. And this sagittal planning should be over coronal and axial image. So for axial I am using the flare T2 flare sequence that I have taken for brain. So the mid slice will be at the mid part of the pituitary gland. So here actually the pituitary gland is not remain as a normal gland, it becomes a huge lesion. So I am referencing this tumor for my planning. I am using this tumor as a reference of my planning, that the axis of the tumor I am using. And now I am planning for T1 coronal post contrast. This is a 2.5 millimeter slice thickness. I am increasing the number of slice for coronal and planning over the sagittal and axial image. Because the tumor extends anteriorly, that's why I have increased the slice number so that the slices can cover from anterior to posterior over the whole lesion. Pituitary macroadenoma arises from the pituitary gland, and it can extend over the paracellular region, and it can extend upwards or anteriorly or posteriorly. And now I'm planning for the T1 team transverse, and this team transverse I will plan only for the pituitary region, and including the paracellular region. So this is the last scan that I am planning, T1 team transverse post contrast for pituitary gland. So let's check the dynamic sequences. So this is the first scan, non-contrast scan from dynamic, and this is the second scan just after the contrast is injected. Then the third scan, dynamic scan, third phase of the dynamic scan. Then the fourth phase of the dynamic scan. You can see that T1 is enhancing with the contrast. And this is the fifth scan of the dynamic. So thanks for watching. This is right now. I hope you enjoyed the video and wait for the next tutorial. So if you learned something, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. And in the next part, I will show you how to print the dynamic sequences and the other post contrast sequences. So wait for that tutorial. Thanks for watching and share this video with your friends.